Forget building models. The real money is in making them behave the way that you want them to. And let's just, cut through all the hype and break down why this is important. MIT has found that over 95% of Gen AI projects fail to produce value. From a bulk AI standpoint, CIO.com recently released that over 45% of all AI projects have been abandoned in 2024, which is up over 20% year over year. This gap between building and deploying shows a need in the marketplace. How do you make AI actually make you money in the wild? Enter the forward deploy engineer role, or as I like to refer to them, the hero that comes in and fix all of your stupid broken AI role. These FTE roles are making on average $280K a year just to make AI work. We've seen the evolution from the market demanding things like AI researchers, AI engineers, to now pivoting to who's going to clean this shit up roles. And by the way, you can charge $300 an hour for that. So instead of getting lost in all of the bullshit stats around how this job is now in demand 1,000% year over year, or these FTE roles have increased 800% year over year, let's actually talk about what they do so that mostly you can realize you actually are this role and should be making this type of money. And as always, I think it's most helpful, instead of using theory, to use actual business case examples. So that's what I'm going to walk you through. Of course, it doesn't matter what I say, you guys, it matters what you're experiencing in the marketplace, but let's get you that salary and get you paid. We're going to start with our good friends, Palantir. They're widely recognized for seeing the need for this role for their clients. Again, billable hours. And really pioneering the modern FTE role. And the distinction here, especially for SaaS service companies, is really turning it into more of a core engineering discipline, but also a very powerful go-to-market strategy. In October, the Wall Street Journal released an article around how FTEs are this secret weapon, and Palantir is providing that. Wonder who paid for that article. If you followed me for a minute, you know one of my favorite technology companies to talk about is John Deere. So we're going to talk about the combination of Palantir's FTEs and John Deere's more personalized farming innovations. I'm from rural Colorado. I'm farm girl for life. This specific collaboration that we're going to unpack focused on the need for new weed control innovations. So they were doing this manually by each farm. Every farm has different weeds for the most part, right? The FTEs actually went on site with the farmers. Can you imagine? An engineer on site. They were able to build around these specific needs and personalize the software to be able to automate a lot of what the farmers were doing manually when it came to weed control. With kind of streamlining this communication and sending the FTEs to actually meet with the farmers directly, they achieved much faster deployment and improved crop outcomes by lowering pesticide cost. Another company that uses FTEs a lot is OpenAI. They send their FTEs out specifically. One case study is a call center that needed to improve their AI voice model. They started by reviewing the initial performance and then sent the FTEs out to gather field data in the call centers. Seeing a theme here? They were able to take that feedback, both qualitative and quantitative, back, redefine the model, and redeploy it. Now it's first of its kind in the call center marketplace. And the last one I'll cover is healthcare. Because of the complexity of healthcare types of environments, FTEs are really critically important for those edge cases. They are in the facilities to really understand what's going on and where these custom integrations need to happen. They literally follow the subject matter experts around to garner data on how they can create a better experience. And then they go back and build it. This role is where engineer meets consultant. So you got to have the ability to interact with a bunch of different people, especially a bunch of people that don't trust you on the front lines. And then you actually have to be able to deploy what you built. Because businesses, they do not need any more models. They need someone that's going to make all of their technology work together. That's what's going to produce the most revenue. The person in roles that can do that are going to make the most money in the organization because they truly are irreplaceable. Unfortunately, I think we're just at the beginning of seeing these roles to emerge to fix broken AI projects. But what we can do is reframe that into making a lot of money in our industry and doing good in creating models that will actually work with integrity. I just want you guys to make that bag and make sure that you're showcasing what you can do in these types of roles. Just because it's not your title today does not mean that you can't assume that role for your organization. Bring this data to your bosses and say, this is what I really deserved and this is my market value. Curious to hear what you guys are saying, what you think about this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.